Welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal's search for a striker is such at an opportune moment that everyone is selling their striker. Sporting Lisbon will be selling Viktor Gyökeres at just 60 million. This is a real opportunity. You know, last summer they said if you do not have 80 million pounds, which was close to 90 million euros, I think it was even closer to 100 million euros, the release clause of the player, they were not willing to sell and they were not willing to listen. And Viktor Gyökeres right now can be available for less than 70 million euros. Like, if you're Arsenal, this is where I expect our eyes to light up. This is that moment where you're hunting in the bush and everything seems so quiet. Everything seems like it's not going in your favor. And then you see a flash. You've got to have your eyes light up. 60 million for Viktor Gyökeres. That's the best thing. I think that's the best thing Arsenal want to hear right now. And I'm going to tell you why, for me, we should go for Gyökeres over Šeško at this price, and why Gyökeres and any other striker is perfectly okay for us. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Now, Viktor Gyökeres has a gentleman's agreement with Sporting Lisbon, the same agreement that players like Šeško have with RB Leipzig. That if good offers come in this summer, they will be sold. They will be let go. And Sporting and Leipzig both don't have any intentions of standing in the way of these players if good offers come in. But what is actually very interesting here is this. Both of these strikers are available for bargain prices. Now, I say bargain prices because at the moment that is what is being quoted. With competition and clubs trying to punch each other in the face, we might see prices go up a little bit. But still, we will have options. If the Šeško price goes up, we have Gyökeres. If the Gyökeres price goes up, you have Benjamin Šeško. So there is a gentleman's agreement between Sporting Lisbon and Viktor Gyökeres that good offers will be listened to, and they will not try to stop him, but would rather they would work towards getting him a good deal to a good European club. Obviously, Sporting Lisbon are falling off a little bit with Ruben Amorim leaving now, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how well do they keep their squad intact. The likes of Ousmane Diamonde, Viktor Gyökeres, Marcus Edwards, are they gonna stay at Sporting Lisbon? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. But listen, it could happen. It could happen. Now, the price is what is crazy. And the price is what Arsenal have to be aware of. And that's why I've done this video. 60 million pounds. Guys, we're talking about a guy that scored 40 plus goals and involved himself in another 10. It's around 60 goal contributions in one season. We're talking about that. And he is available for less than 70 million pounds. If that is not an opportunity to grab your hands, to grab with both your hands, I don't know what is. If that's not an opportunity for anyone to go, hallelujah, praise Jesus, I don't know what is. Now, obviously, it's not as easy as it sounds, right? There will be competition and there will be other clubs that will want to jump onto this opportunity. As far as we understand, the two clubs that have been actively in talks with Gyökeres and his camp and Sporting Lisbon were Manchester City and Manchester United. Manchester City eventually ended up signing Omar Mamosh, and it's quite very interesting actually. Why did they sign Omar Mamosh instead of Gyökeres? But for me, the answer would be Sporting probably didn't want to sell in January. That's number one. And number two, even if they did, I think Gyökeres doesn't want to come into a club and be a second player, a second striker to Erling Haaland. He doesn't want to be a second option. He wants to be his own starter, his own man. And when you think about City, I think City's attack evolves around Erling Haaland. And that's not bad. He is such a freak in front of goal. So I think Viktor Gyökeres would rather go to a club like Chelsea, where he knows he can directly compete with Nkunku. He's of form. He can directly compete with Nicholas Jackson, who is not that good, and he can win his position. Or a club like Arsenal, where they're it's just open, or a club like Manchester United, where it's just open. You come in as a centre forward, you're going to play. Now, for Arsenal, they want to do the Benjamin Sesko deal over Viktor Gyökeres. And with Viktor Gyökeres, we were told that Arsenal have reservations about, can this guy do the same? Can this guy replicate the number of goals he's done in Portugal? He doesn't have to. Good news, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to score 40 in a single calendar year. Why? Because Benjamin Sesko that you're trying to sign has not done it. I think if you bring in Viktor Gyökeres and he does 20 goals in the league and he does 15 goals, not 15, but he does 8 goals in the Champions League, and he gives you around 3 in all the other competitions, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, that's around 33 goals. If you add 33 goals to Saka and possibly Nico Williams' output next season, Arsenal at a whole different level. And the reason as to why Arsenal should be all over this deal is because of the effectiveness of Viktor Gyökeres in front of goal. That's what we are looking for. Like, I know people are excited about names, they're excited about a new striker coming in, but I want to define Arsenal's problem very, very well for you so that we don't forget. Our problem at Arsenal is not a lack of a forward option. We do have those. We lack effective forward options. Gyökeres is more effective than either Sesko or Cunha. And for me, if I was going to go for that range, 60 million, 70 million, I think it's Viktor Gyökeres. So this is for me, this changes everything actually. And I hope it does for Arsenal. You want Sesko, but you also have a guy who is a market opportunity in Viktor Gyökeres. We were told last summer that Arsenal were chasing Sesko because it was a market opportunity. This is a market opportunity. Like if you want to define a market opportunity in the best ways possible, Gyökeres is a market opportunity. And I think it's better than many of the options that we actually want. And actually the good news, if you check out my last video, Fabrizio said Arsenal looking at a big money striker with the possibility that they could actually do with another striker. So we are not exhausting our, eggs in one basket. We want to get 2 strikers. I think Gyökeres, if you're not going to get Lautaro Martinez or Isak, if you do Viktor Gyökeres and you do Isak, PSG have done it before. They've had Randall Colomwani and they've had Goncalo Ramos. Inter Milan have always done it. There's a time when they had Dzeko and Lautaro. There's a time when they had Lautaro and Lukaku. Now they have Lautaro and Marcus Thuram. So I think it would make more sense if you went and got a striker like Marcus Thuram. He's like not really Marcus Thuram. I would say a striker on the rise. A striker on the rise, like Villa have had it. Watkins and John Duran. I don't know which kind of striker that can we say Mbeumo, right? If you could get a striker like Brand Mbeumo and then you pair him up with Viktor Gyökeres, you're cooking. You're cooking, right? That is that is you are the real chef. If you take that to any cooking show, you're just getting the £1 million. So for me, I think Viktor Gyökeres is a position we've got to look into. I know Arsenal is not a club that really wants to jump onto market opportunities, but last summer showed us something different. What we saw last summer is that Arsenal are a club that are willing to listen to the market and are willing to adjust flexibly to the market. I think our flexibility and our ability to bend could come in handy this summer with Gyökeres and maybe Mbeumo. Now, I'll do a video on Brian Mbeumo because I know Mikel Arteta loves him. And I'll do a video on why Mbeumo is such a very good addition. Like, personally, I didn't like him. And I know I don't like him, by the way. Like, I kind of feel like he's not the level we're looking for. But Mbeumo would be a very good addition to this Arsenal team. Very, very good addition to this Arsenal team. And the reason as to why Mbeumo would be a very good addition, especially if you got a player like Gyökeres, is Mbeumo can play on the wing, but Mbeumo is so good at playing off the main striker. Like, they're on the same pitch, but he can play off the main striker. And I think Mbeumo can be a bench option. That's a real quality bench option, right? A bit like Johan Wissa and his role that he was giving to Brentford before Ivan Toney left the club. I think Mbeumo could do that for us. He could be a super sub. He could be an effective squad player, right? But Gyökeres is a position Arsenal have got to explore because it is a very, very good one.